The edge vise available from Luthier Tool Company is designed for easily and precisely routing out the end graft on your classical or steel string guitar. However, it can also serve as a platform for routing out the dovetail pocket for a neck joint. Let me show you how it works. With the center line clearly marked on each end of your end block, place the tool onto the rims. Align it with the center line of your template and use the set screws here to clamp it in place. You can use the thumb screws here to tweak it left or right slightly to make sure that it is indeed centered with your end block. I'm using the end vise to install an end graft on a steel string guitar. If you wanted to use it for a classical guitar, loosen the set screw, pop out the template, and insert the template for the classical guitar, and then retighten the set screw. It's that simple. The vise is designed to be used with either a laminate trimmer or a plunge router, and I prefer the plunge router because of the plunge capacity. For the business end, I'm going to be using a 1/4 inch spiral downcut bit and a 3/8 inch outside diameter guide bushing. When installing the guide bushing, make sure that it is secure and centered to your bit. Place your router onto the end graft vise, bottom it out, and then use your end graft material to set your depth of cut. Before powering up your router, make sure you're using eye protection, ear protection, and a dust mask. When finished making the cut, make sure the router bit stops turning completely or retract it into the housing before removing it off the vise. You can now remove the vise by loosening the pressure on the set screws. And here's what the cut looks like after you remove the jig. You can now place your end graft material over your cut and come in and mark underneath it. And you can then connect those lines, or you can use the template to mark the lines like this. If you use your template to mark the lines, you're going to be a little bit oversized because you use a 3/8 inch outside diameter guide bushing. But not a problem. It's got a taper on it. If you just cut it long like this, it should work. It'll just slide in until you fit. You can now use your shooting board to come in and plane right up next to your line, like so. If you did everything properly, your end graft should fit in there perfectly with no gaps around the edges. It also should be the exact height that you need for your side. Apply glue, clamp it up, and move on to the next step.